Coming up this week, we're going to take a look at this beautiful Ferrari F-430 Coupe. We're going to take it around these back roads and see what it does. This is our first 430. Very excited to have this one on the show. That's what we got coming up. I'm Jay Walker, watching Life Off-Road right here on J Up Motorsports. Welcome back to another episode of Life Off-Road. Thanks again for hitting that play button, folks. Remember, while on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button, like and subscribe. Really helps us out. A lot of you guys been doing that. The vehicle we're featuring this week is, once again, we're in the presence of automotive royalty. This is a very special car. I've been craving to get one of these cars on the channel for so long, man. This is a Ferrari F-430 Coupe. And I remember when these cars first came out, I remember my first time actually seeing one of these when I was delivering for Big Brown, and one of the former Atlanta Falcons players, D'Angelo Hall, had just gotten one of these, took it over to Butler Tire, shameless plug to them, put some wheels on it. And I was like, man, that is a nice car, man, nice car. And like I said, man, you could tell just from back in the day, you know, this was the successor to the 360 Modena. And just an astonishing, beautiful car, man. Just had a couple of cues, like I said, from the Enzo, whatnot, even from the rear lights. I mean, just an incredible car. Well, this car has been awaiting its debut for some time now, and I want to bring in my good friend, the owner of this current car, to talk about this car. Let's bring in my buddy Andrew. Andrew, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, J-Dub?
Good,
It's good.
man.
We finally get together.
Man, this has been long overdue. You guys, I met Andrew probably pre-pandemic, or it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, at one of the Caffeine and Octanes. And I remember when we first saw this car pulled up, I told my son, like, hey, we got to get this guy on. You know, this thing just, I mean, it just sounded incredible. It was a beautiful looking car. And Andrew was supposed to be my original first Ferrari guy on the show, but you know, we had lost contact or whatever, and I wound up meeting Joey and the whole thing. Him and Joey and all those guys run together, so we crossed paths again at the Ferrari Italian Car Day, and I said, man, we've got to make this thing happen, man. So thank you, man, for having us aboard.
You're very welcome,
man.
It's my pleasure.
A beautiful car.
My pleasure.
How long have you had this bad boy now?
I've had this car about 5 years.
About 5 years?
About 5 years.
Okay. Now, is this your first Ferrari, or you had a...
This is actually my third Ferrari.
Third one? Okay.
The first was a 308 GT4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was a special little car.
Yeah.
Didn't have it long. And then I ended up getting a Maserati, the Coupe. The Maserati convertible Cambria Corsa.
Okay.
Kept that for about 2 years. Then I ended up getting another Ferrari, which was the F-355.
Okay.
It was Giallo, yeah,
the bright Ferrari.
Incredible car.
Incredible, yeah.
And
yeah.
I thought I'd never lose that car. I let it go.
Yeah.
Until I saw this car, and I knew I wanted to upgrade.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I always did like this one. So I said, let me give this one a try.
Man.
And this has been a keeper, really.
Yeah.
Even more so than some of the newer cars. I like this body. I like what this car does. It rarely gives you any issues at all.
Right.
It's just like a Toyota to me in terms of maintenance and care.
Yeah. How many miles do you actually have on this thing now?
This car has 38,000 miles approximately.
Okay. So about roughly when you bought it, did you buy it here or did you?
I purchased it at Select Automotive, Select Cars is what it was called then. And when I purchased it, it had a little bit less than 20,000 miles on it. And so I put I put almost another 20,000 miles on it over the past 5 years. So I think about 3,000 miles a year, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
And I don't drive it that much, maybe once a month. I go to special shows, meet guys like yourself.
Yeah.
And I just try to keep it in as pristine condition as I can.
Yeah, man, it's very beautiful, man. I mean, from the color, is this the Grigio Titanium color?
Grigio Titanium.
Thanks to our buddy Daryl. We had the 458. Y'all should check out Daryl's video, the 458 we did a few weeks back.
That's the Italian for silver.
Right. Yeah. And his car was silver. He had the red interior. And this is what do you have? The Daytona? This is a Ferrari?
It's got the Daytona seats. It's a very special option. And the color is Cuyo.
Okay.
Which is tan. And so it's got the Cuyo, and it's got the black stitching. It's got Cuyo in black interior.
Okay. Very nice, very nice. Great color combination. You've done any modifications to it?
I have. I put special wheels on it. I put some Vossen V10s on it about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And I still have the original wheels, but the Vossens gave it a whole different character.
Yeah, it does, man.
I love the original wheels. They look great.
Yeah.
But these just give it a whole different character.
Yeah, it's such a great looking wheel, man. These are 20s or?
These are 20-inch wheels.
Okay.
The original wheels are 19, the 5-spoke original wheels.
Okay.
The 20s actually makes the car appear to sit a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Even though I have not lowered it.
Yeah.
And
that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah, it looks low for it, but yeah.
It's funny because some swells, you can swell out.
Right.
You can hit the bottom. So I've been afraid to lower it anymore, even though it has adjustable coilovers. I was thinking of dropping another ½ inch or so all around. But I think I'm going to hold off on that just a minute.
Yeah.
Enjoy it a little bit more as it is.
Yeah. It's very
because
nice.
it rides great.
Yeah, it looks like it does, man. It looks like it does.
And then I put a custom exhaust on it. I put an S-line exhaust. The reason I chose S-line is one day I was YouTubing, and one of my favorite things to do, YouTubing Ferraris and exotic cars. And I saw, I YouTubed exhaust systems for F-430. And when I ran across S-Line, he had some great videos. A guy named Todd Oliver out of Colorado. I watched those things and I said, that thing sounds like an F1 car.
Yeah.
I said, I gotta have one of those.
Yeah.
And so he gave me a good deal because I referred a couple other people to him from Atlanta. And every time I hear it, my friends hear it. When I pass by, they're like,
it's like music to
man,
your
I was
ears,
following
man.
you and that thing sounds like F1.
Yeah, it really does.
So I was impressed with the sound. I've kept it. It's been a great car.
Yeah.
Great exhaust.
Let's take a look at this engine bay real quick.
Basically almost like it's straight piped from the catalytic converter's back.
Oh, okay.
For an exhaust back system. It's got 4 pipes, and it's got the, by Teague Oliver, that's the gentleman that designed and invented this in Colorado. And it provides incredible high-pitched sound, but even through all the ranges, it's got a nice, deep, serious sound. Then it goes high pitch when you really get on it. So it's amazing when this car is coming, you hear the exhaust. It has such a range of sounds and emotions to it. You're like, I just want to listen to that.
Yeah, man.
And the exhaust is really impressive, and I've loved it ever since the day I got it.
Yeah, man. I'm sure it sounds just like a F1 car just coming down the road.
Very similar.
Yeah. Now, did you do the carbon fiber piece to this, or did the car come like this? Or
the car did not come with the carbon fiber. I added the carbon fiber pieces, and I was reluctant to doing the sides, but I may one day. But I like the dichotomy of this against the factory.
Yeah.
So it just makes it a more interesting look, particularly with the red intake manifold tops.
Yeah, I love the intake, man. This is what, a 4.3 liter?
4.3 liter V8.
Okay. And these were making roughly about what, 495?
483 horses. However, with the exhaust system, it makes 20 more.
Okay.
So 503.
Okay.
It's a 500 horsepower car, and it feels it.
I bet.
And what I like about it is the differences in the different textures and colors, even with the silver bracing, all that comes together to make an interesting package.
Right.
And everybody just wants to see how that thing looks when you open that hood.
Yeah, man, it's well done. Like, they just dropped it right in there, hooked to the transmission. I mean, it's just a photo finish as far as the attention to detail, man. Where you actually see the engine. You know what I'm saying? Especially through the glass or whatnot, just with it open. I mean, it's such an incredible display. I remember when these, I think 360s were the first to have the see-through glass in them. And I said, man, that's game changing.
It was game changing.
Like, God, I mean, 'cause you just didn't really see that out of a car,
No.
And I was like, man, that's the coolest thing. And even with the spiders, they had you could still
see it even though it was flat.
Even though it's flat, but you can still see it. That's one of my biggest gripes with the new Corvettes. The spiders, you can't really see the engine. I think now they've created for 25 models where you pop the hatch, because I actually saw a guy last weekend at Caffeine that he had a flat panel across his engine.
And it's funny because F-430 stepped the game up with that. They not only took what the 360s had in terms of looking at it, but they just made it a cleaner look, more symmetrical. It was just absolutely beautiful what they did on that. And that's the feature of this car.
Man.
And that's what will make this car, if it becomes very valuable as a classic, that's what will make it valuable, is the fact that you can still see that engine.
Right.
And it just, you can see it when you're driving, you can see it moving around back there. It's just, it's unique.
Yeah. That's sweet, sweet. Let's take a quick peek at the interior real quick. All right, folks, so got the doors open to the interior. And you said what color? I know these are the Daytona seats, but what actual color is this?
The color is called Cuio, C-U-I-O. I believe that's how that's spelled. And what makes it so unique is it's sort of almost a peanut butter type color versus the lighter beiges. So to me, the color, you don't see as much dirt as easily. Yeah. Just the way they stitched it together with the Daytona black, it's just a solid seat. Yeah. Very comfortable. It looks it drives as comfortable and feels as comfortable as it looks. And everybody sees that and go, wow. Yeah. That's an arresting color. Yeah. It goes well with this finish, man. Those seats definitely look really comfortable. The car has carbon fiber driver zone. Well, everything in there is carbon fiber. I was noticing the paddle shifters. Yeah. It's a factory fit. Even the rev counter area is all carbon fiber. Okay. The center console is carbon fiber. And I kept the original radio because I didn't want to change the classic nature of it. Yeah. And this is, in 2007, if I'm not mistaken, they put the plaque on for the 60th anniversary. Yes. Okay. And that was the last year to do that. So again, this makes it that much more of a potential collectible car. The transmission, is this a 7-speed or 8-speed transmission? It's a 6-speed transmission. 6-speed, okay. Okay. Because I think some of these still had the manuals. If you got a manual, you're a lucky guy. Yeah. Because manuals are going crazy in terms of cost. Yeah. I like the paddle shift. It's easy. It's nothing. Yeah. You still get a little bit of the hardness that you would get with a manual. Yeah. And you have none of the drawbacks of trying to shift and do things while you're driving. Because realistically, you drive any car, there's other things you have to do while you're driving. Right. So this just makes it easy. I've got no problem with the automatic manual. Yeah. Now I'm sure it shifts on a dime too. It shifts. I think it's 160 milliseconds or somewhere in that nature. But when it's in the Scuderias, of course, is the race version, it's like 60 milliseconds. Right. But really, you really can't tell the difference. Right. And if you slightly modulate the gas pedal, it's just smooth as butter and quick, very fast. Man. I've got nothing but praise for it. Man. Yeah, I'm sure it's a blast to drive. I would like to take this thing on the drive. Can we take it out for a ride? Okay, we can make that happen. Hey, let's go out for a ride. All right, here we go. We're in the Ferrari F-430, folks. Riding with my man Andrew here. Andrew, thanks a lot for having us come aboard, man. Been a long time coming, brother. It's a pleasure. And this thing, boy, that S-line exhaust, woo, it sounds We're gonna ride it out. Yeah. We're gonna hit this curb, we're gonna run it. Yeah. Hold on to your horses, folks. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. This is all about, folks. V8 naturally aspirated. Man. Ferrari, man. The cars with the horses. Woo. Man. This thing rent lines at what, like 9,000? 8,500. 8,500? Yeah, I'm about to say it's got some legs. Yeah. And it's torquey all the way up there. Oh man, yeah. Yeah, you can definitely run it. Sounds great, man. Different. Very different. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I would hang on. This is an instant. This car is timeless. It really is. It really is. I can't bring myself to get rid of it. Yeah. It would be hard. It would be hard. Every time I get on this car, it just makes me smile like a chest cat. It does. You can't help it. You don't need no radio or nothing, man. You just roll the windows down. And radio? And have at it. That S-line is on radio. That's radio. So have you noticed different characteristics of the different cars? You have different Ferraris that you've had a chance to be part of?
Yeah, pretty much. Even going back to Joey's with the 488 that he has, the twin turbo, and driving Daryl's car, you can kind of feel the difference. Of course, obviously Joey's has the higher horsepower car.
Yeah.
But Daryl's car just felt a little bit different with the naturally aspirated. I mean, the Joey's car, the twin turbo, it's not like it has big turbo lag or whatever. But you can really. I didn't get a chance to drive that one in manual mode. We kind of just left it in auto mode. It drove great. I kind of wish I would have drove it in manual mode. So when we get a hold of Charles, aka Ghost, in your 488, I can drive your car in manual mode and really make the comparison.
Now this car has automatic mode. Press that auto button, and I don't have to do anything. It'll just ride like
drive itself.
And it has good shift points in automatic mode, which surprised me. Yeah.
That's one thing I was impressed with Joey's car, how it didn't shift too quick. I mean, it really it felt when you was really getting after it, it kind of programmed itself to get at it with you, or whatnot.
But it's not bad.
Yeah.
But I always drive it in manual mode.
That's what I was going to ask you. You pretty much driving in this mode.
And I put it in race. I could put it in sport, but I like it
you're in race mode now. Okay.
I keep it in race mode.
Okay.
The shift points are faster.
Is it?
The exhaust opens up more.
Yeah.
So it's just a different car.
Okay. Yeah, because Daryl was saying that every now and then he drives in race mode, but that's he says everything tightens up and it's really aggressive. So we pretty much kept it in sport mode.
Sport mode is, you can switch to sports mode and everything is just nice and tight still. But when you go race mode, it really just sort of hunkers down.
Yeah.
I swear, I think the thing even ducks down a little bit.
It felt like just when you was taking those curves, man, I was like,
it was flat, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was planted, no body roll or anything.
None.
I mean, it was
and
planted.
Keep in mind, this car is a 2007. This car is old.
Yeah.
By all respects.
Yeah.
And they did it. This was such a revolutionary car that they did everything as though they weren't going to do another one.
Yeah.
So they put everything in it that needs to be there, other than the technology is not there.
Right.
But that's just the sign of the times then.
Yeah, pretty much. Because these cars, I think these came in what, 05?
These started in 05.
05, yeah.
It's like a one and done type car. They said this is going to be it.
Yeah.
Of course, they knew they were going to eventually change and do something like a 458.
Yeah.
Last single clutch car before the 488 came out, we had the double clutch.
Yeah.
It's the last single clutch V8.
This one is?
Yes.
Okay.
Of that era.
Of the era, okay.
Then of course they came out to California, which has double clutch.
Yeah.
And then they had the 458.
Okay. You had, that's the Magnum PI style?
No, it's the 308 GT4.
GT4,
which was what they call the unloved Ferrari. It's the one that was designed by Bertone.
Okay.
It's a unique looking car.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it from a design standpoint. I think it's magnificent. Yeah. Good thing about the sound of this car is, in most Ferraris of this era, you don't, even the 458, you don't have to go extremely fast for it to sound like you're going.
You're right. That's a great point. Because it revs up so high,
Yeah.
It's
so easy.
Like I was telling those guys that these V8s are just totally different from American V8. Not taking shots, but it's just a different tone, which I love.
Yeah.
The raspiness, because Americans are known for the low end.
It's a more guttural.
Yeah. This is such a great driving car, man.
Yeah.
I can imagine you have just all sorts of fun. You just go out and just drive. You ain't got to go anywhere. You just go out and just drive this thing, man.
Exactly.
It's not every day you're running in a F-430, man. I mean, this is such a classic timeless car. Now, like I asked Darryl, have you been over to Maranello? You been over to the plant over there? Or?
I have not. That's one of my bucket list items. I've gone to Italy.
Y'all should do like a boys trip over there, man.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
And I've gone to Italy.
Yeah.
And several parts of Italy.
Yeah.
And I would like to be able to go to Maranello, though, and see how this Ferrari factory does things.
Yeah.
And I'd like to go to Modena.
Yeah.
See how the Maserati factory does things.
Yeah. That's what those are building in Modena? Okay.
Maserati's in Modena.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes they'll say Modena. Depends on what part of it. Whether you're from here or over there.
Yeah.
You good. Keep on, you good. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Like I said, a dash car, you be on that curb.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we good, we good.
You know, I saw Daryl's car yesterday. We were at an event.
Okay.
That car impressed me. It just seeing, just looking
man.
at him like, what? I said, this car.
He put the wheels on there, really changed
the
dynamic
whole
of the whole. It really did. Because I remember seeing this car before. I was like, man. Yeah, it gets up pretty quick.
It's no joke.
Man.
It's the truth, my friend.
Man, yeah. Oh, man. This is unbelievable, man. God.
Got good torque, doesn't it?
Oh, it's great torque. Great torque. You're just halfway through the RPMs. You're not even doing anything.
Nope.
But the naturally aspirated, you know, it's
like that.
It's instant. That's what I love about these, man.
Me too.
Man.
Look how that thing winds out. Biggest problem with this car is how quickly you get on the behind of somebody else.
Yeah. Like we was talking about earlier, man, I normally use my car as a chase car driver, but you know, it's hard for the truck to keep up, but you know, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed wearing your turn signals and all, you don't have all the buttons and stuff. You still have kind of a...
It's still old school and simple.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about it.
Yeah. Now, this steering wheel reminds me of an old school type of steering wheel. So you guys had an event yesterday?
Yeah, it was Caffeine and Exotics.
Exotics, okay.
Yeah, at Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier, okay. So all y'all were out there?
I think Joey had to go, his mom's birthday, so he had to go to Mississippi. Daryl was there. Mike wanted to come. Yeah, Big Mike. He couldn't make it. But and JC didn't respond. But if we could have all been there, we all would have been there.
Yeah.
But we had a good showing, and it was a decent event. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
The plus is they have a racetrack where you can get to see some cars in real time racing.
Racing, like a quarter mile.
Yeah, it's a sinusoidal type race track. It was pretty neat.
Yeah, like I say in all these, man, you feel like you're in an F1 car. I mean, literally.
It does, because it has the torquiness, the rawness. It's not too smooth. The biggest problem with some of the newer cars is they're too much like a sewing machine where you can't even tell the gear changes. But they're fast as hell.
Yeah.
I guess I'm at a point in life where I don't have to be the fastest guy on the block.
Yeah.
I just have to sound like I'm the fastest. And look better than everybody doing it.
That's the same thing Daryl said, man. You know, but sometimes it's not all about that. You know, a lot of people
it's experience.
build cars, man. You just, like you said, it's the experience of just driving one of these.
It's about that experience.
Yeah. It really is.
And it's effectuous too, J-Dub. Once you get a Ferrari, you almost can't get anything else.
Can't go back to anything.
Sports car wise.
Yeah.
Makes you laugh like a chess cat.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Every time, every single time, it just brings a smile to your face.
Yep, and it never gets old.
It never does. I say that in all my videos. It never, ever gets old. I mean, oh man.
It loves to be wound out.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, it's like that's probably the only way you can drive these cars.
Oh, hell
you
yeah.
have to really get in and just wind this bad boy out.
Especially with the F-450, I mean the 458.
Yeah.
It has such a high rev range.
Yeah.
You have to stay in that sucker, but it sounds fabulous.
Yeah, Daryl's car, man, we were doing the drive-bys, and the last drive-by, he was like, yeah, that was it. There. I was like, dope. Yeah. I said, man, yeah, this is the one that we're going to use.
Yes, sir. And this one has a similar character.
Yeah.
It's just everything about this car, it just makes you want to keep doing it, keep doing it. And what I love about it is you don't have to worry about it breaking so much. It's been a great car.
Yeah.
Keep my fingers crossed, but nothing's gone wrong.
Yeah. And how often do you take this thing in for service and things like that, like oil change?
Once a year.
Once a year, okay.
And it runs me about $1,500, and that's it.
Oh, wow.
One and done.
Wow.
I think I've had to replace the alternator once, and what else did I have to replace? I believe it was an air pump or something like that, but neither one of them were that expensive.
Yeah.
Oh no, I did have one other item. I had the fuel pump on one side went out.
Yeah.
When the fuel pump went out, I could smell gas.
Oh, wow.
I immediately took it in.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you got to get another fuel pump.
Wow.
So I went on and replaced both sides. $500 a piece, wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Now, have you ever tracked this thing? You ever got a chance to just run it down? Just to see?
Every year I usually go to Rides to Remember, which is a benefit, what do you call it? A charity event.
Okay.
For kids with cancer.
Oh, okay.
That's one of my favorite things to do is have kids with cancer.
Yeah.
And it's where about 200 of us will go, and we'll take the kids around the track 3 or 4 times.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. You know, so just seeing their smiles on their faces.
Yeah, I'm sure they get a real kick out of that.
And we get a kick to get free rides around the track.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that's amazing. It's pretty much all exotics. They do have just whatever car you have?
Mostly exotics.
Okay.
Yeah. But tracking this car is fun. I mean, it sticks really good.
Yeah, I could tell, man. This thing, you take this thing like I was crapping on Daryl, like, man, you need to take this thing to Rolling Land right up the street, man.
I'd be every weekend if I was there.
Yeah, man, I'll be putting this thing, they know me on a first name basis up there.
Yep.
Nice Sunday drive, man.
Sometimes me and the missus just ride around.
Now, does your wife ever drive?
No.
No?
She's afraid she's going to scrape the bumper or something. And then I'm always the one that ends up scraping the bumper.
Yeah. That's normally how it works.
She's a good driver though. She can handle it.
What about the Maserati? She ever get behind that thing?
She'll only get behind it if I'm going to pick up the car, being service or something.
Yeah.
And I need her to drive it so I can check out something else.
Yeah.
See, make sure all the lights are working or whatever.
Yeah.
She'll do it for me.
Okay.
That's a good looking car to see going past you too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that Maserati has a sound, my God.
Oh man.
It's a
Curtis car.
Wow.
And yours probably sounds similar to his.
I envy that.
I said, man.
Between that Maserati and this car, sometimes I favor the Maserati.
Do you?
That Maserati has a beautiful sound.
Especially you had that top down, you can really hear it. Yeah, it's a pretty sound.
That V8, they killed it with that car. With that cross crank plane, or whatever they call it there.
Yeah.
I think it's cross plane V8.
The interface of this gauge, man, this is kind of just very old school.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah.
I almost feel like you're in a classic, even though this is a classic car, man.
Yeah, it's a modern classic.
Yeah.
And again, I may update and get one of the newer Ferraris, but I'm in no rush. I feel
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
I like this car so much, I'm in no rush.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. It's a great car, man.
I may add to it. I don't think I'll get rid of it.
Yeah. That's the same things Daryl said. You know, I'm like, man, you keep one and get another one, hey,
do something.
Knock yourself out. Feel it just.
Yeah, it's like a stick shift.
Yeah.
And what's great is you can modulate the pedal, so it doesn't have to be as hard. You can kind of lift off the gas a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It'll be much smoother. But a lot of people like the single clutch feel versus double clutch.
Yeah.
Double clutch is like instant.
Yeah.
Some people still like that more old school raw feel.
Yeah. Kind of just,
yeah.
yeah.
They want to know you can't.
Yeah. Man. Oh man. You gotta let me borrow this thing for the weekend, man. God. I'm gonna have to swap 2 of my cars.
Just roll up for one?
Yeah.
I'll take that out.
I'll let you do it. We'll let you borrow the M4 for
I'll
a
take
week.
that competition home.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun car, man. I had to bring that by when they let you drive that for real. It's such a fun car.
You know, it's funny when you're the passenger in your own car. You know,
Yeah.
How it rides and how
Yeah.
God, this thing
Yeah.
is visceral.
I can drive this thing all day, man.
Just like this.
Yeah.
Nice windy,
Twisty road, nice weather. Like I said, you don't even need a radio. This is all you need. And the engine just feels like it's just begging for more, man. I mean, it's like, that's all you got? Come on. Yeah.
Good feel to it.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's potential jail time, folks. We're not going to announce what that speed was, but it was incredible, to say the least. This thing is firmly planted.
There's some fast curves, brother.
Yeah, I see.
Even in first year, this car sounds like you're doing something.
Oh yeah, it's just there, man. It lets you know
in your ear
that it's there. You can hear it. You can definitely see it before you come. That's why I remember that day when you pulled in the Cafe and Octane. I was like, damn, that thing sounds good. It just grabs you.
Also, the visibility is good in these cars.
It really is. That's another thing.
There's no real blind spots.
No. Everything's placed perfect, man. And the engine's loud enough just for you to hear, but it ain't gnawing at your ear, you know.
You got it. It's a fast maker right here.
Damn. Oh, sorry about that. On the red line in there. Yeah. Yeah, man, this thing gets up quick. God, it gets up
You see how quick you hit that red?
Yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah, that first gear especially, it gets up there. Yeah, I'm like, damn, because you're thinking I think
the exhaust really kicked in more power.
Kind of kicked it in.
Kicked in 20 horses. I mean, that's what the scooter rear does, 500 horsepower.
Yeah, you driven one of those?
I have not. I want to drive one just to see what all the hype is all about.
Yeah, because how much more power is that?
It's just 500 horses.
Oh, okay.
483.
Yeah.
But I've got 500.
Now, I'm about to say, yeah, this thing here probably run pretty neck and neck with it, probably. Yeah.
And the scooter rear does no real soundproofing, so it's like raw.
Yeah. This is fun as hell, man.
I'll tell you what, when you watch your video, that off rev, it's gonna sound so good.
Yeah, it's gonna sound amazing. Oh man. Man, it's planted, boy. I mean, it's no motion.
I don't even do that.
Yeah.
Damn it, man.
Golly.
I've never had to be on the passenger side and feel that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh man.
So my friend's cars, they hold that tight too, right?
Oh yeah. Both of them, yeah. Joey's, yours, I might have pushed probably to the limit on that curve because I didn't have curves like that.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that thing they'll test.
Yeah, that and see yours probably the first one I actually fishtail a little bit. Even though I wasn't trying to, but
it's that much power in it.
Yeah, because you got those Michelins on here and it hooks up, I mean, real good. Yeah, this one dances a lot more than those two, probably because it's lighter too, compared to those.
I noticed it danced, but it wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Because that race mode will let you. It has that limited slip differential. It ain't letting you go anywhere.
This thing like man. A little fuck, man. Because I respect everybody's car too, so I try not to go at it too hard. You drove it like a car's supposed to be driven. Yeah.
And you didn't punk out in that. You know?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, because I'm always. Man, oh man, that was quite an experience, Andrew. Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
You got a precious gem race car. This F-430, folks, it's no joke, man. I mean, it's an unbelievable car, just unbelievable. It just left me with a smile on my face. I mean, we had a good old time. I couldn't thank you so much enough, brother. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. The original first Ferrari guy was my man right here. We finally made it happen, and I'm glad I got a chance to drive this thing, man.
You know what I say? God knows what he's doing.
There we go.
Put us together from the beginning.
There you go.
Put us together now.
All the time, man.
And he kept you safe. It was good.
All the time. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate my newest subscribers. I want to thank all my new subscribers for tuning in. Thank you to my current subscribers for always sharing, passing the word. Appreciate you guys a lot. You go to my website, jdubmotorsports.com, order you some merch, t-shirts, keychains, hoodies, tumblers to keep you cool in this springtime going into the summertime. Also, want to thank my son, Juwan, who's always available to help me look good. It takes amazing photos and always helps his daddy, stay on point. So I really appreciate him for that. You can follow him on his Instagram at Jeddoc. That's JEDDOC.LLC. On his Instagram. You can follow me on my Instagram at jdubmotorsports.com. Also want to give a special shout out to Nuod Solutions. They do all our websites for us, so if you need a website built, go to nuodsolutions.com and they'll be able to help you out. And also I'd like to thank our #1 dopest producer, Mr. Jay Koenigs, who's always responsible for our theme music. You can follow him on his Instagram at jcadence.1. And also shout out to our other camera guy, Kyle, who wasn't here. He's working, so he'll be back with us soon. But you can follow him on his Instagram at No Outlet Photos. Me and Andrew gonna get on out of here, man, because it's such a nice day. And
let me say to all the subscribers, do not be afraid to let this guy drive the car. Don't play with it. Let him handle it. He got it.
There you go, man.
He's an impressive driver.
Hey, hope you guys like this one. We'll catch you next time. Later. That was dope.